Hello everyone, my name's Kim, welcome back to the channel, and today we are doing the WWE Clash of Champions 2020 predictions, Clash of Champions Gold Rush as they have been calling it. Now, really quick before I do this, I'm going to make sure that all of my predictions are up to date, that the match card I have on my computer is up to date. With that, I'm not missing any matches. Real quick, I always do this right before I record this because a lot of the time they add matches last minute. Most of the time, however, they add these matches then like during the pay-per-view or right before the pay-per-view starts because they are assholes. But we're gonna go look. Okay, looks like we still have all the matches. So right now, as of right now, we have every match that is currently on the card, all 9 matches. We're gonna start with the Raw Women's Championship match. We have Asuka versus Zelina Vega. I'm starting with this because it's on the pre-show, which is a fucking travesty. Both Jesse and myself have gone for Asuka. We both like Zelina Vega, but she just kind of went back into the wrestling division again. She's been in and out of it with the Women's Royal Rumbles and some stuff. I think in NXT she was in some feuds and stuff, but for the most part on the main roster, she hasn't been much of a wrestler. She's just kind of been a manager. So I don't think her first real match on pay-per-view, especially not for the championship, is going to be a win for it. I don't think she's going to win the championship in her first pay-per-view match where she's just starting to go back into singles wrestling. I'm not saying I wouldn't be opposed to Zelina having it someday, but right now I think it'd be too early. Then we have the United States Championship match, Bobby Lashley versus Apollo Crews. We have both gone for Bobby Lashley. The Hurt Business just kind of got this championship into their ranks, so I don't think they're gonna have them lose it this quickly. I don't think Lashley losing it to Crews really makes a whole lot of sense, considering Crews only just lost it at Payback, right? Yeah, at Payback to Bobby Lashley, so it's only been one pay-per-view difference. So I think having him lose it would kind of defeat the point of him even winning it in the first place. Especially with a lot of new stuff with Retribution now actually having names and wrestling and stuff. I think there's going to be a lot to go forward with the Hurt Business's storyline with Retribution in the future. Maybe have Mace, T-Bar, or Slapjack win the championship. I can't believe I just had to say those names out loud. Next, we have the Raw Tag Team Championship match with the Street Profits versus Andrade and Angel Garza. We've both gone for the Street Profits. I think this will finally be the catalyst that breaks up Garza and Andrade. Now, I've enjoyed them as a tag team. I really have. I've enjoyed Zelina managing them, but it's always seemed like they've always wanted it to be a situation where they're going to eventually break them up. They've never really seen them as a tag team that's going to go anywhere. It's just going to be, they're ready to be broken up, and that's it. And that kind of sucks because Garza and Andrade as a tag team is really good. I really have enjoyed it. But again, I think they're just going to set it up for Garza and Andrade to lose. And there's probably going to be some infighting. There's going to be some fighting between the two of them after the match, I'm guessing. And then if they don't fully break up tonight, I think they're going to break up tomorrow night on Raw officially, probably leading to a match at the next pay-per-view. I can't remember what the next pay-per-view is. I think it's Hell in a Cell, but I might be wrong. Next, we have the Intercontinental Championship Triple Threat Ladder match with Jeff Hardy versus Sami Zayn versus AJ Styles. We've both gone for Jeff Hardy. I like Sami Zayn. I like AJ Styles. I like Jeff Hardy. This is definitely one of those matches that looks like a really indie match type thing. However, I just don't see Sami winning the championship back. I'm guessing this whole feud is just kind of a way to bring him back into the fold. I think Sammy's got a real claim to it. I think, yeah, you technically never lost your championship, but it was your choice to not show up for the tapings. I think they shouldn't have punished him for it, and people were like, oh, but what about, it's like, well, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, but to be fair with Jordan Devlin, because people bring up Jordan Devlin all the time being Cruiserweight Champion, which I don't even think he's Cruiserweight Champion anymore. I think they officially stripped him of it after the allegations. But it's like, yeah, but that's not really his choice. He wanted to be there. He just can't because there's travel restrictions. Sammy chose not to be at the tapings. He chose not to be there because he didn't want to put himself at risk, which is very, very admirable. No one can fault Sammy on that. If he doesn't want to be there because he doesn't want to put himself and his family at risk, so be it. But it doesn't mean he's going to hold his championship the whole time he's gone. He was gone from WrestleMania until now. That's that's like 5 months worth of time gone with no Intercontinental Championship. You need that thing there. And personally speaking, I like that Sammy's back, and I do agree he has a claim to it that he never lost a championship. But I also don't really want to see him get the championship back, because what's to say he's not just going to go back if this stuff continues? If he's just going to say, okay, well, I'm not going to be here again because I don't want to put my family at risk. So is there really a point in putting the title back on Sammy? I think Sammy lost his chance at really proving to WWE that he has what it takes to be champion, which sucks because this shouldn't have been his kind of decision making. They shouldn't have had their decision made off this. He had no choice. Like, he had to go. He wanted to go away for the sole purpose of keeping his family safe. And I think that's a very admirable thing. And, yeah, I don't think that they should have punished him for wanting to. When they said, look, if you want time off, you can take time off, I think they should have said they were crowning an interim Intercontinental Champion, and then Sammy would face them later on in the future, which is basically what this is. It's an undisputed Intercontinental Championship match with both championships hanging above the ring. But I definitely think that Sammy, in WWE's eyes, was proven to not be worthy of a singles championship, which sucks because Sami Zayn is great. I really do hope that eventually, once all this shit's died down and it's calmer, that Sammy can get a proper run with it, because I was enjoying Sammy as Intercontinental Champion, plain and simple. Next, we have the Smackdown Tag Team Championship match with Cesaro and Nakamura versus Lucha House Party. Jesse and I have both gone for Cesaro and Nakamura. This is very much the same. God damn it. This is very much the same thing with the Raw Tag Team Championship match. We think this is going to be the catalyst for Lucha House Party breaking up. It's been looking like in the past few weeks that they were going to break up anyway, and I think this will finally be where they decide to pull the trigger on the Lucha House Party breaking up, which sucks because I love Lucha House Party. I don't like their gimmick that much, but I do love the tag team. The in-ring ability of all three members is really good. And I really just don't want to have to see them break up. I would love to see them get a better gimmick and then stay together, maybe like a Lucha Dragons 2.0 type gimmick or some shit like that. I really don't care. Just as long as they get something that's a little bit more serious. We've seen it a lot in the past where Lucha House Party has gotten these start-stop pushes where it's looking like WWE is going to push them and then they change their mind. And then it looks like they're going to push them and then they change their mind. Continuously back and forth. And you see this with a lot of people in WWE. But Lucha House Party is definitely we've seen it a lot with Lucha House Party. And if they win, they win. Cool. Awesome. I'm not going to complain about it. But it definitely seems like they don't know what they're doing with this tag team and they're just going to break them up, which really sucks because Lucha House Party is awesome. Now, does that mean they're going to break up the full amount of Lucha House Party, or does that mean they're going to have Kalisto kind of be kicked out of the group or something along those lines, and Lince Dorado and Grand Metalik are still going to be a tag team? I don't know. I think it could lead to the whole tag team breaking up, but it could also just lead to Dorado and Metalik being a tag team by themselves. You definitely saw it when Kalisto initially left, when he got injured. Metalik and Dorado seemed to take themselves a lot more seriously, and then when Kalisto came back, he was kind of pissy, and Dorado was kind of pissy with him, and Metalik was pissy with him, and there's just a lot of infighting now, and it's just like, does this make a whole lot of sense? They definitely gotten rid of a lot of the noisemakers and the pinatas and shit like that. They definitely are a more serious tag team, and if this is really going to be the end of them tonight, then I really do kind of hope that Dorado and Metalik stay together. Or if they don't stay together, send them to NXT for the Cruiserweight division, I guess. I don't know. There's not a whole lot we can really say with this one. Next, we have the Women's Tag Team Championship match, Baszler and Jax versus the Riot Squad. We've both gone for the Riot Squad, and hey, look, it's the third tag team breakup of the night. Jesse and I have both gone for the Riot Squad. We think this is going to be the implosion of Jax and Baszler. I don't think that this tag team was ever really supposed to go anywhere. I think this was just supposed to be a way to get the belts off of Bayley and Sasha. I think they should have done this with an actual tag team rather than throwing together two really dominant wrestlers. One really dominant wrestler and one wrestler who only knows how to botch. But I mean, I guess, hey, it got the job done, right? It got the belts off of Sasha and Bayley. Yay. I don't know. I'm not rooting for Baszler and Jax. I want to see Baszler destroy Jax and then go on to face Asuka very soon. I'm hoping it happens at Mania, or actually I hope it happens before Mania. But if they save it till Mania, they save it till Mania, and I'm not going to really complain about it because Shayna Baszler versus Asuka is something I've wanted for a very long time, and they've teased us with it so much the past couple months, and this whole entire year they've teased us with Asuka versus Baszler, and I just can't wait for it. I'm very excited for Asuka versus Baszler. It's probably one of the matches I'm most excited for surrounding the rumor mill that is WrestleMania. There's also a rumor of Big E versus Roman Reigns, which I wouldn't be opposed to. I kind of like that idea. It does mean Roman holds the belt until Mania, which kind of sucks, but, you know, it's just how it is sometimes. Next, we have the Smackdown Women's Championship match, Bayley versus Nikki Cross. We've both gone for Bayley. Again, it's seeming like they're setting up for the WrestleMania plans right now. Bayley versus Sasha for the championship, which, yeah, I mean, no one can really complain about that. Next, we have the Universal Championship match, Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso. We've both gone for Reigns. There's not really much to say on this one. It's Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso. I love the Usos. I love Jey. I love what Jey has been doing with Jimmy Gone recently from his injury that he took at WrestleMania. And I would love to see Jey Uso as champion. I'm not going to say I wouldn't hate it, but it kind of seems pretty obvious that Roman's going to win this match. Regardless of how he wins it, I think Roman's going to win this match. It might lead to Roman versus The Fiend. Alexa did kind of stare back at Roman this past Friday. So it could end up leading to Roman versus The Fiend for the championship at the next pay-per-view. It could end up leading to, again, Roman versus Big E later on, or Roman versus The Rock. The Rock has teased facing Roman a lot, and especially recently, so I'm very excited for that. I don't want The Rock to win that, but I don't want Roman to win that, so I'd hope for an Otis cash-in. But yeah, Roman versus Jey Uso just kind of seems clean cut that it's going to be Roman, regardless of if it's an actual legit match where Jey puts on a hell of a fight but just comes up short, or if it's going to be a situation where Jey just fucking lays down for Roman and they team up as the Bloodline, and they have and once Jimmy's back, he's kind of Roman's enforcer. Yeah, regardless, I think Roman's winning. And finally, we have the WWE Championship ambulance match, Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton. We've both gone for Drew McIntyre. I don't know what the rumor mill surrounding this championship is yet. I haven't heard anything really about this one, but I'm very excited to see where it goes, and hoping that Drew holds the championship for a lot longer. There's been rumor. I think I've heard a little bit of rumor that Brock's going to come back, but I don't think that one's true at this point. I think it's kind of more, that one's more just people poking the fire and stoking rumors and shit like that. Because I don't really see Brock coming back for the championship for a while, at least. At least until Roman and Paul are done, which I don't think they're going to stop with Roman and Paul anytime soon. I like the fact that Roman is a Paul Heyman guy. It's nice. So yeah, that is going to do it for this video. Let me know what your guys' predictions are down in the comments below. Prepare for the review in a couple days. I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay golden.